name is Stephanie, and welcome to my channel, One Meal. I wanted to create this introduction video today to give you an idea of what kind of videos I'm going to be doing, what the channel is about, and why I created it. My main purpose in creating this channel is to help educate people about nutrition, food, cooking, recipes, your health, your mental health, and all areas of wellness. I created this channel because in the past 2 years, I've lost 80 pounds. And I get a lot of questions from people, how did you do it? Where did you start? What did you do? So that's why we're here. We're gonna start with that. Not only on this channel are we gonna talk about health, nutrition, and wellness, but I also wanna hit a little bit on chronic illness and people dealing with chronic illness, people with chronic pain, because I am a person who has chronic illness and I am a person that deals with chronic pain. And I really wished that when I started this whole wellness journey that I had someone who was knowledgeable, who had been through it, who had felt the things that I was feeling, who had experienced the challenges that I was feeling and dealing with. So that's why I've created this channel, and I'm really excited to share all this with you guys. So when I was 19, I started having a lot of health issues. Just a little background on myself here. I started having a lot of health issues and I gained a lot of weight in a very short period of time. I gained in the first chunk, I gained about 40 pounds in about 7 or 8 months, and that was drastic. And I had serious acne. I was having a lot of hair loss. I had psoriasis really bad all over my body, specifically on my hands and my arms. And I just didn't know what was going on. Like, why do I feel so sick all the time? So doctor after doctor after doctor, letting them know what I was going through and getting turned down a lot, being told that there wasn't anything wrong with me. I finally found an amazing doctor who diagnosed me with polycystic ovarian syndrome and chronic migraine and IBS. So the combination of all of those things, I had to take a serious look at my life and take a serious step back and try to figure out, okay, now what do I do? I'm just a regular person. I'm just like everybody else. I am just the average American who ate the average American diet, who did the average American activities. I was not very particularly physically active. I thought I ate healthy, but I really didn't. I didn't really know what that meant at the time. So when my doctor told me that I was gonna have to give up all of these foods and I'd have to start exercising and I'd have to start just completely changing my entire lifestyle that I've lived for the past 20 years, I was terrified. I had no idea how I was gonna do that. That seemed like a monumentous task that I couldn't do. And it took me a long time to figure out what I was doing and what I was doing wrong, actually more specifically, what I was doing wrong. So I started by following my doctor's directions and cutting out certain foods one at a time until I had, completed the entire list. And then once I had done that, then I learned to cook because I didn't know how, that's one of the things I'd like to do on this channel is do some cooking, do some recipes, give you guys some ideas, because there were a lot of times on this journey where I sat in my kitchen crying because I felt like I had no food to eat, because everything microwavable and everything that came in a package ready to eat was no longer allowed. And that's what I had lived my whole life on. And so I was like, what do I do? What am I gonna eat? I can't go out to eat because it was real bad, real bad. Anyway, so from there, I focused on my nutrition and my diet first until I got a hang of that. It took a long time, still working on it. It's a lifestyle change, not just a diet. And then I started adding in exercise, and found exercises that I liked. We're also going to talk a lot about that. I'm going to talk about exercise. Where's a good place to start? What should you do? When should you do it? Why? And again, all of this is really specific to you. So that's kind of my favorite part about wellness, is that it depends on the person. So something you might like, I might not, or vice versa. So that's really exciting. And then from there, I finally really started to lose weight about a year ago, where I really finally got down my own routine. I had learned enough recipes. I had learned my limits. I had learned all different sorts of exercises that I enjoyed that helped me. I started dealing with my relationship with food and the difficulties I had with my mental health, emotional eating and things like that. I really started to tackle those, which was really difficult. And it's an everyday process. It's something that I feel like I'm always working on. I learned more about my chronic illness and dealing with chronic pain and changing my relationship to it. And I really started to lose weight. So in total, I had gained a little over 80 pounds, and I now have lost that 80 pounds that I had originally gained. So the size I am now was the size that I was when I began. But like I said, this is not the end of my journey. I've not made it to the top of the mountain. I have so much farther to go and so much more to learn, so much more to explore. And that really, honestly, down to it is why I created this channel, because I'm nowhere near finished on this journey. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, ta-da, this is this is as good as it gets, this is where you're headed, see you on the other side. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm still on this journey. And I wish that when I was in my beginning of my journey, that I had someone like me that was in the middle of a journey, that had been through what I am going through and had been through, and was able to share some knowledge with me. Because there were so many times where I just didn't even know where to start, where I didn't know what to do. So that's why I'm here. I plan on having interviews on my channel with all sorts of people, professionals in the field of wellness, such as yoga instructors, acupuncturists, massage therapists, nutritionists, everyday physicians, naturopath doctors, just all sorts of people who have been a huge asset to me and a huge help to me in my own personal journey. And I think that could be an amazing resource for you that you may not be aware of as you're going through your own journey of weight loss and wellness. And dealing with chronic illness, if maybe you have that. Please know that I am not a medical professional. I do not hold any degree yet in nutrition or any type of medical science. I'm just a regular person who has been on this journey with chronic illness and weight loss and health and exercise, and I just want to share my experiences with you and share with you what's worked for me. But let me be very clear that every body is different. Every person is different. You are shaped by the experiences that you've held in your lifetime. You are shaped by the things you have felt and done and seen in your lifetime, and it's not the same as mine. But if I can give you some ideas, if I can maybe mention something that you hadn't thought of before and you would like to do more research into, or maybe ask your doctor about, like, hey, this girl on YouTube, she tried this and this really worked for her. Is that something that could work for me? I highly, highly, highly recommend that to you. Please ask your doctors before you make any serious changes to your lifestyle, to your diet, to anything like that, to make sure that you're doing what's right for your specific body. I cannot stress that enough, because everyone is so different. Even if you have the same illnesses as me, it's totally different. Something really interesting, side note, about PCOS, there are some women who have polycystic ovarian syndrome who do not experience a single, not one symptom. No hair loss, no weight gain, no eczema, no fertility issues for the most part. Sometimes you just have it and you don't even know it, and that can be with a lot of illnesses. So please know that everyone is different, and that I highly recommend that you find a physician that you are comfortable talking to, and that you can have open conversations with them about ideas or resources that are available to you. So that pretty much wraps things up for our first video. I just want to let you guys know, in the next video you can look forward to diving a little bit deeper into how I specifically eat. We're going to talk about some books that have helped me along the way, and I will leave the author and title in the description box below so that you can check those out. And and we'll dive into where do you begin. We'll see you guys next time.